Hey, Judy, where are you going?
I'm going to French Prairie Gardens for their ladies' night.
Oh, can I come along?
Well, William, it's ladies' night. But for you, we'll make an exception.
Woohoo! Well, we'll tell you all about Ladies' Night next on Garden Time.
Welcome to Garden Time. William and I are headed out to French Prairie Gardens for their ladies' night. And later in the show, we'll be talking about all the events happening that evening.
Also today, we're going to be showing you some small fruit that do well in containers.
We'll also be talking to you about heathers and how to take care of them.
But coming up first, planting your early spring vegetables.
Well, it is early spring, the sun is out, we're getting ready to put in our vegetables, and we always have some questions about how to be successful. Well, I'm at Blooming Junction with Justin, and Justin, you're the farm manager here.
I am, yes, that's right.
And so, everybody is really getting ready to go outside, and the early crops, I know them called cole crops, C-O-L-E, but I think a lot of people say cold because it's still cold, so what is that?
That's right, yeah, we kind of associate them with cold weather, but yeah, the cole crops or brassica family is your broccoli, cauliflower, kale, kohlrabi, a lot of things in that family, and those are all pretty safe to plant out right now. We do like to recommend that people plant those as transplants as this time because they like just a little bit warmer soil temperature to be able to germinate. But we've put out a lot of kale transplants here in this bed, and it's a good time to get going with the cole crop family. Some other things that we're planting right now at Blooming Junction are, as far as transplants, we're putting in all of our onion crop right now. Especially with Walla Walla onions, it's good to get those in as early as possible because they need that extra time to really size up.
Nice.
So all of our onions, leeks, obviously garlic is a good one to plant in the fall, but it's not too late. You can still squeak in some early maturing varieties and get a spring garlic crop. Our root crops, we're direct seeding right now. So our carrots, our radishes, turnips, beets. The soil is just kind of warm enough now at this point, and especially in a high tunnel like this, the soil is warm enough where we're able to go ahead and direct seed those, and it's a good time to be planting our peas as well.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And so about temperature, though, let's go back to that just a little bit, and that's a really good tip for us. We don't always have this lovely kind of facility, so what about the home gardener with a soil temperature?
Yeah, absolutely. We totally recommend using a soil thermometer. You know, it's the best way to know if you're at a minimum soil temp to be able to get your plants to germinate. And so now is the time, you really only want to be planting things that can germinate, in cold soil. So we really want to be focusing on, onions, like the root crops that I mentioned, things like that. And so to use the soil thermometer, when you're direct seeding, you really want to only check about 1 to 3 inches, the first 1 to 3 inches of the soil. And it's really good to do that first thing in the morning. Because you want to check it at the coldest time, and you'll want to take a 3-day average. And so for a lot of those crops that I've mentioned that we're direct seeding, you want a minimum of 40 degrees. 45 would really be better, and then you're in a safe zone to be able to start germinating those things.
Oh, wonderful. Because I think we forget about that soil temperature. We think the air is nice and warm, but the soil comes up later.
Exactly.
And another tip you have is to use this cloth. What is this?
Yeah, this is a row cover that we use here at Blooming Junction. For our field crops that don't have the benefit of having this high tunnel to keep them nice and warm, we use the row cover at night over broccoli would be an example of a crop that we have planted already. And some of these cold nights are dropping down to 26 degrees, which can really stress or start to burn the leaves of some of those tender transplants. So we cover them with this row cover, and that's something that home gardeners can use too. It's easy to find, and it's really easy just to lay out. You just want to make sure that all of the edges of the fabric are really well sealed to the ground and that you don't let any cold air seep through there. And that will really protect a lot of those crops down to 24 or 25 degrees.
Wow.
So this can be, a great tool to use to be able to plant early and keep your crops safe. And we also use it, some of those early crops that I mentioned that need a little warmer temperature to germinate. You can also direct seed those crops in your garden and cover with the row cover, and that helps to keep some moisture in, warm the area just a little more, and that can increase your germination percentage there.
Great tip. And I know you have 2 more, so what else do you have for us?
I do, yeah. I'm a big fan of using black plastic in the garden. You know, you can lay it down even in the fall, keep it on through the winter. It can choke out weeds. It can really help to warm up your soil. But the biggest advantage for me that I've used in small gardens is that it keeps your soil dry, and you're able to work it and prepare it. You know, it's nice that we have this great weather, but if your soil is still really wet and you can't work it, you know, you're not going to be able to plant. So I found black plastic to be a great tool to both to help warm the soil and to keep it dry.
Wow. And then also the last one.
Last one, well, so this time of year, as the average temperature gets around 30 or 40 degrees, we get that, you know, worst pest of the Northwest, you know, the slug starts coming out. And so we have one product that we found works really well. There are all sorts of home remedies, but this one works for us on a big scale. It works on a small scale. I really like the product Sluggo. And, you know, it usually comes with a little sprinkler on the top, and you can just sprinkle it around the plants. It's safe for humans. Use with caution with pets, you know, and check the label and use according to the directions. But it works wonders for us. I've found that if I don't use a slug product, we can lose an entire crop of seedlings in one day.
Wow.
You know, so that's something that has really helped us out.
Definitely. Well, all such great tips. But you know, sometimes we don't have the space to put in a veggie garden, or we just don't want to be going out there when it's so cold. So we have a solution for that too. So Jason, Justin, let's go show them. Well, now we're in the farm store. So, you know, if you're not going to start a vegetable garden this year, you can always come here to Blooming Junction and just shop. Really, you have so many different produce pieces here.
We do. It's a farmer's market every day at Blooming Junction.
And, you know, you can come and get produce, but you also have those starts that if you want to put them in a vegetable garden.
We do. We're loaded with all sorts of spring starts, lots of favorite varieties and uncommon ones as well.
Oh, that's cool. And you also have a CSA program here, which is wonderful.
We do, yeah. CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture, and it's a program that we have. It's a subscription where our members come, and for 20 weeks we supply them with a box full of vegetables. And it's varies season to season. It is always 8 to 12 varieties of our fruits and vegetables. And you know, it's always ultra fresh. They get to know their farmer and know the farming practices. And they also get to try out some new vegetables and sort of get out of the regular way of thinking about cooking.
And that's really the best part of that, I think, of CSA, because you're always trying something new that you have thought about and grown.
That's right. That's right.
Well, you know, you have to come out to Blooming Junction. It's like they have a wonderful nursery. That's a great part of the business here too. But you can come and get your produce for your meals on that weekend. So if you have any other questions, please go to gardentime.tv. We'll click over their website and you can find out all the information to come out here. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Judy.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Portland Nursery, where spring is our favorite time of year. It's the time to prepare your garden for planting. We invite you to get a jump on spring with our huge selection. Let Portland Nursery's staff of professionals help with groceries you can grow. We've got the seeds, veggie starts, and expertise to ensure your success. Visit portlandnursery.com for a list of classes and special events. Portland Nursery, helping make your backyard your favorite destination at 50th and Stark and 90th and Division.
Since 1982, the Wall has been making local gardens beautiful, naturally. Whether you need a new wall, concrete patio, fire pit, or driveway, the Wall's expert craftsmen can build it. We back up our work with a 5-year warranty, so you'll know it'll last. We use the highest quality materials, including stamped colored concrete, natural stone, and we're the leader in using recycled concrete. Create an outdoor environment you'll enjoy for years, with the help of your friends at The Wall.
Welcome to Blooming Junction, where it's easy to connect with nature. At Blooming Junction, you'll find beautiful, healthy plants, good, fresh food, and a place to regain peace and calm in your life. We have an unsurpassed collection of unique and distinctive plants and the expertise to help any gardener be successful. And we feature Blooming Advantage plants. Come check out Blooming Junction for an inspiring experience in the garden or in the kitchen. Blooming Junction, offering quality plants for beautiful gardens.
Since 1926, the Bonide Company has worked with homeowners to make their homes and gardens beautiful. If you have a garden problem, Bonide has the answer.
Ants are on the move, and they're taking over your home. Time to take revenge. Bonide's Revenge Ant Control products are the solution to your ant problems. Eliminate the entire colony, even the queen.
Visit Bonide.com to find a local retailer and to download your free Bonide Problem Solver app for your iPhone or Droid.
Kick off the spring right at the annual Ladies' Night at French Prairie Gardens. Enjoy local craft brews, cider, and baked treats as you learn about new plants for the coming year. Join us for a basket planting party. Experience the best the country has to offer at French Prairie Gardens.
Well, I'm standing here at the wonderful Sagawa Nursery, and I'm with Brian Sagawa. Brian, today we're going to talk about container-type small space gardening because it's really popular, and a lot of us don't remember and didn't even know about some fruits now that are available that work great in sections like this.
Yeah, that's right. It used to be the post wire, you have to have quite a bit of area. So there's actually a lot of varieties out, blueberries, blackberries, we got some raspberries, all kind of selected for maybe dwarf characteristics.
And this, we always want to
grow.
warn people too
Small
that
space garden.
even in things this big, don't dig up soil. This is fresh soil that we got from you guys. Put it in here, so it's going to be very healthy and clean to begin with. So let's just jump right in. This looks like a blueberry.
That's right. Notice the foliage. So it's what we call semi-evergreen.
Right.
So what you have, attractive foliage, turns this nice maroon color in the winter. So kind of a versatile landscape or container planting or in small space gardening. It's very versatile, you could say.
And I think too, a lot of us get afraid of things like raspberries because we consider the space that's required,
Right.
but these newer ones are small.
They're not only that, but raspberries, they have to have the drainage. I don't know if you ever notice after 2-3 years, they kind of decline in growth. They just don't have the vigor. It's usually going to be a root rot. They need the well drained soil. So what better way
Than a raised bed like this, certainly.
You bet. It would be easy way or container grown.
And these, what I'm assuming, you prune them all the same way, but this is not going to just, you don't have to have an acre stretched out.
That's
to grow
right.
this now.
No posts wired to have to train them on. Just like a grape or anything else, you need the posts and wires. This, you would not need to do that.
So Brian, this is a new blackberry called Baby Cakes, and it grows like this, but then you also, sometimes they'll get a little bit taller, and so I'm assuming that's why you put this out, just to protect it a bit?
Just an easy way to grow it besides, again, the posts and wire. It's such not a nuisance, but it requires a little bit of time to get that back up there. But
this works easy, doesn't it?
Tomato cage, everybody has one of those. You can attach some of the vines or canes right in there. Keep it contained so it's not flopping all over. Yeah, excellent way.
The holes you dig in this are going to be a lot easier than generally in the ground, but you still want to consider things that you put with them as you plant them. Let's talk about that a bit.
Well, very important. Just like anything else, fruit trees, plants, landscape, it all begins with a great start.
Right.
Either way, you get the composting material, everything would, I can't think of nothing that wouldn't like composting material as long as it's decomposed. Starter fertilizer, a little root and grow, which is a root stimulator, has a little bit of NPK in it to give it a little shot of fertilizer along with stimulation of the growth of roots. So you get the encourage roots to promote.
And so you do that, and you're going to guarantee that these things will, and they will produce. This, and the new ones really do as well. So even if you have just a small garden or an apartment, you can put stuff like this in and have fresh,
a bountiful crop.
Wonderful. Well, for more information, we always encourage you to call, or better yet, come on out to Sagawa's. It's not a very far drive from Portland, and experience all of this yourself. Pick up some beautiful stuff and start having some fresh, wonderful fruit in your own yard. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks, William.
Locally grown, fresh from the farm, stylish and sustainable, your dream yard starts at Al's Garden and Home. Create an inviting gathering place with a new patio furniture collection. Our beautiful furniture transforms any outdoor space, large or small. It's like having an extra room outdoors. Then add impact with colorful pottery. Hundreds of unique designs and sizes, all on sale now. Al's Garden and Home in Woodburn, Sherwood, Gresham, and Wilsonville.
Your garden is only as good as the ingredients you use. That's where Black Gold can help. Black Gold Seedling Mix is formulated for successful seed germination and strong seedling growth. Black Gold seedling mix is organic and OMRI listed, so you can start this year's organic garden outright. Look for Black Gold at your local garden center or go online to blackgold.bz. Black Gold, all the riches of the earth.
Come to the 17th Annual Garden Palooza April 6th at Fur Point Farms. See over 40 plant growers and garden vendors. Free parking and free admission. Stop by and enter to win a garden arbor from Garden Gallery Ironworks. Garden Palooza April 6th at Fur Point Farms in Aurora.
Create a beautiful living space both inside and out with the help of Terra Casa.
Outside, you'll find pottery, fountains, and decor to make your garden unforgettable.
And inside, there are home furnishings and just the right accents to make your home warm, inviting, and most importantly, comfortable.
Terra Casa has a huge selection of merchandise to fit any home or budget. Plus, we still have all the unique and distinctive gifts that you have come to expect from Terra Casa.
Terra Casa in downtown Damascus.
Why do the finest builders shop at Standard TV and Appliance?
One of the advantages that we have with having an educated salesperson is that when we're coming in and describing exactly what we want, they're able to give us a few different options. We may have thought we knew exactly what we wanted, but at the end we were able to be educated on the process to then be making the most informed decision they could.
Standard can make your dream kitchen a reality, setting the standard since 1947. Standard TV and Appliance.
I'm so delighted to be out here at French Prairie Gardens, and I'm with Katie. And Katie, you know, you guys are really known for these amazing hanging baskets that you create every single year, and I see that you've jumped into it already.
We have.
You know, because you guys do the buying of your own plants, and we rely on that expertise.
Yes.
So tell me about some of the stuff that's in this one.
Yeah, so this is our 12-inch sun basket. So this is good for 6 hours or more of sunlight. And it features a very nice petunia. It's called Pink Sky.
Beautiful.
It's got that white dotting in it, and it's got some little fine fillers with some lobelia in there. And there's actually a calibrachoa or million bell. It just quite hasn't peaked out
Right,
yet.
yeah, I see it just starting to pop.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that I love about you guys is you do a great job of blending your baskets up, and they really are interesting and lovely. So there's a wonderful event that's happening again, and people can actually come to this event and create their own baskets if they want to. So tell me about what's happening.
Yeah, well, it's this Thursday, the 28th, from 3 to 7. And the first 50 ladies that come in and complete our scavenger hunt get a free goodie bag. So it's a fun way to kind of go around the nursery and find different things and clues. And then we have our basket making class. So we'll teach you kind of what we do when we put these together. If you want, you know, your bold and your big chunky and your fine fillers.
Right.
And there's also some other things like grasses and different things that people can put in to make their own personality.
Right, yeah, and that's one of the fun things about doing some work for yourself on your own hanging baskets is you get to choose the plants, and you have such a great selection already.
Great, yeah, thank you. Yeah, we do, and it's a lot of fun. It's really fun to see what ladies come up with, and you plant them here, or you guys, you and Judy, also help plant for those of you that
we
don't
look
want to
forward to this every year because it is such a fun event, and there's so much interaction. And then you also have some snacks. But you also have other stuff as well?
We do, yes. So we have some light eats from our bakery or soup and salad. And then we also do have 8 taps here. So we have 6 microbrews and 2 ciders. And we'll also have some wine for those of you that would like to do that or enjoy the evening.
So Katie, at this wonderful event, you also have a wonderful plant show and tell. Tell me about that.
That's correct, yeah. So we'll take some of our new varieties, or the new things that are hot, brand new to us. We've mixed them into baskets, and we have our new combinations. And when we do a new combination, we only do maybe 8 or 12 of them just because we don't know what the plant's going to do. So we'll walk them around, show you, give you tips, talk about what we blended them with. And usually the new plant, we only have a certain amount of them. So you want to come early and get those unique plants from us, and we'll tell you tips about them since we grow them here.
Wonderful. Do people just show up, or do you prefer that they maybe give a heads up?
If they do give us a heads up, they get a 20% off of their purchases that night.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's an RSVP for 20% off. You're more than welcome to just show up as well. But that kind of lets us know how many people are going to be here, and so we're prepared.
And they can just go to your website and sign up for it there?
That's correct.
Wonderful. Well, you know, every single year when Judy and I get the honor of coming out here for this event, we have an absolute blast. So for more information, you can go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website, sign up, come out, and have a wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you so much, Katie.
You're welcome.
We have a great spring kindergarten segment for you. We went out and picked these daffodils from the garden and put them in food coloring and got these great colors. It's really easy to do. We picked these flowers that were fully open, and this one over here was just almost open. And so you want to pick them as fresh as possible from the garden or get them from the grocery store or your favorite florist. And what you want to do is you want to use the food coloring that is in the paste form and not the liquid. It really helps to intensify the colors. You put the paste in the water, mix it up and dissolve it, and then put the flowers in. And within 24 hours, you're going to see these beautiful colors in the flowers.
Now, one of the really fun things about this is not only because it changes the actual colors on the flowers, but it's a great way to teach kids about the science of nature, because once the water starts going up through the stem, you can really clearly see where the majority of water ends up around the edges here because of the color of the dye or the food coloring. So that really gives us a chance to teach children about science and of nature and how it works, but also do something fun in the process.
And remember, the longer you leave the flowers in the food coloring, the darker the color gets in the flowers.
This is a great way for kids and adults to have some fun with nature.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
As an Oregonian, seeking adventure isn't just a luxury. For me, it's a priority. So I need a car that can handle the unpredictable and a dealership I can depend on to go the extra mile. There's really only one place that gets it right every time. With Capital Subaru on my side, I have miles of memories to look forward to.
Spring into action and lease the new 2019 Subaru Impreza 2.0i, just $198 per month now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Capital.
Over the 30 years that our family has been in the nursery industry, we've learned that anyone can supply a customer with plants and garden supplies. But it's supplying those plants and supplies backed by a knowledgeable staff that can transform a garden and take it from ordinary to extraordinary. That's what we do at Sagawa Nursery. Why be ordinary when you can be extraordinary? Sagawa Nursery, growing beyond the ordinary.
For over 100 years, Collier Arbor Care and Bartlett Tree Experts have provided tree and shrub care services to the Portland metropolitan area.
From large tree and small shrub pruning, tree removal, and stump grinding, we can handle all your tree care needs.
Our arborists diagnose and treat your toughest insect and disease problems.
We also have organic solutions for growing and maintaining healthy gardens, as well as organic nutrition for your trees and shrubs.
Collier and Bartlett, environmentally friendly since 1907.
Come to the 17th Annual Garden Palooza April 6th at Fur Point Farms. See over 40 plant growers and garden vendors. Free parking and free admission. Stop by and enter to win a garden arbor from Garden Gallery Ironworks. Garden Palooza April 6th at Fur Point Farms in Aurora.
Build a beautiful home inside and out at French Prairie Perennials. Inside, we have just the right creative elements to complete your decor. We offer an oasis of unusual, nature-inspired garden and home gifts and accessories. Outside, choose from our wide selection of unique dwarf conifers and sparkling companion plants. French Prairie Perennials, located between Woodburn and Wilsonville. Take exit 278 to Aurora and French Prairie Perennials.
At Garland Nursery, you'll find
Top quality plants,
4 generations of garden know-how,
Fun and fantastic garden decor,
and the best in garden supplies.
Come visit us at Garland Nursery. Since 1937, inspiring beautiful and bountiful gardens.
William and I love showing you plants that are blooming, and especially in the late winter, early spring, we're really so starved for some color out in our gardens. So we have found the late winter, spring blooming heathers. And so these are just some beautiful varieties that you can have at your house. Really great plants. There's several different varieties. The colors are usually in white, shades of pink. These two are different. They're both white, but different varieties and different heights. This one is called Ice Princess. It's going to stay a little bit smaller, maybe up to 6 inches tall, probably 12 to 18 inches wide. This one is called Springwood White, and it gets a little bit bigger. You can kind of see the habit's a little bit looser, and that's going to get up to 12 inches tall and probably up to 18 inches wide. And then these two shades of bright pink. This one is called Vivalii, and that's going to get about 8 to 10 inches tall, a little bit smaller growing habits. And then this one is called Kramer's Red, and that one again is going to get just a little bit taller, of over 12 inches. And William, don't you love this one?
I do love that. The foliage color is lovely.
Isn't it? It's just a little bit different. It gives you a little bit different shading in your garden. And this one's called Mary Helen. It's going to be a smaller growing plant, 6 to 8 inches, and it has a kind of a lavender pink flower.
And one of the best ways to prune these back, which they should be done, is rather than try to clip, because there's a lot of them, Jim, I even use my hedger on them and just shear them back that way. It'll add to their density, their fullness, and then after you prune, they often will rebloom again.
Well, we are just so excited to tell you about heathers, and we really recommend that you should try some heathers in your garden because it would be a great late winter and early spring bloom for you.
So our tip of the week is, Judy, what are you doing?
I'm using my cell phone, and that is the tip of the week.
Oh, well, let's give you some examples. For instance, when we tell you to go prune the roses in February, all you have to do is put in 6 weeks from that date to remind you to fertilize.
Another example is houseplants. If you put a reminder in your phone every week or two, then you won't have that tendency to overwater your houseplants.
And I'll tell you one thing that I always forget is, when did I last fertilize the lawn? Well, all you have to do is put that in every quarter and the phone will remind you.
So using your cell phone for gardening chores, that's our tip of the week.
So Judy, is there going to be enough room for me and this plant?
Yeah, just put the plant in the back. And if you're looking for beautiful plants like this, come out to French Prairie Gardens this Thursday for their Ladies' Night Out.
And if you can't make it to this really fun event, don't forget that in 2 weeks it is Garden Palooza.
So for more information about Garden Palooza or anything you saw today, please go to gardentime.tv.
A big thank you to French Prairie Gardens for having us here today, and a big thank you for watching. So let's do it again next week, right here on Garden Time.
Kick off the spring right at the annual Ladies' Night at French Prairie Gardens. Enjoy local craft brews, cider, and baked treats as you learn about new plants for the coming year. Join us for a basket planting party. Experience the best the country has to offer at French Prairie Gardens.
The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.